All right, let's talk about something that's really shaking things up for site reliability engineers. We're not just talking about another fancy tool on the shelf. Nope. We're talking about a brand new kind of AI teammate that is completely changing the game for anyone who's ever been on call. So let's get right into it. Okay, first, let's paint a picture here. If you've ever had that pager, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Being on call isn't some quiet, chill job, right? It's more like being a digital firefighter, just waiting for that next five-alarm blaze to break out. So imagine this. It's 3 a.m. You're dead asleep. Suddenly, your pager screams you awake. Your heart's pounding, the system's down, customers are probably blowing up support, and every second counts. What do you do? I mean, for most of us, that's right where the cold panic starts to creep in. And that panic? Well, it kicks off what we all know as the on-call scramble. You're immediately getting slammed with an alert storm, you're drowning in a sea of dashboards, and you're manually digging through mountains of logs trying to remember some little details someone mentioned in a meeting 6 months ago. It's all guesswork and just a ton of stress. But what if you didn't have to go through that all by yourself? This is where things get really interesting. A totally new player has just walked onto the field, and it's called the AI Copilot. It's designed to be your partner, right there in the trenches with you. Okay, so what is this thing really? An LLM-based SRE copilot. It's basically an intelligent partner that's built right into your daily workflow. It uses those powerful large language models, the tech that powers stuff like ChatGPT, to help you cut through all that chaos. So don't think of it as just some complicated algorithm. Think of it more like having a super experienced virtual teammate on your shoulder 24/7. And this comparison, man, it just lays it all out. Look at the difference. The old way was all manual, super slow, and yeah, really stressful. But now with AI assistance, instead of digging through dashboards, you get instant context on an alert. Instead of trying to remember some weird search command, you just ask a question in plain English. It's a massive jump from painful, slow analysis to getting things fixed fast. So the big question is, how does it actually pull this off? Let's get into the nitty-gritty. Let's talk about the Copilot superpowers. The things that make a huge difference when you're on the clock. It really comes down to three main things. Number one, it explains those super confusing cryptic alerts in simple terms, so you actually know what's going on. Number two, it immediately points you to the right runbook, so you're not wasting time hunting for it. And number three, and this is huge, it lets you search through logs and metrics just by asking a question. All right, theory is one thing, but let's see this baby in action. We're going to walk through a real-life incident to see just how much of a difference this copilot can make. Okay, here it comes. That 3 a.m. alert. P99 latency over 2,000 milliseconds on the payment gateway. Oof. In simple terms, that means the slowest 1% of customer payments are taking forever, over 2 seconds. For an e-commerce site, that's a complete disaster waiting to happen. Now, instead of frantically opening 10 different browser tabs, the engineer just asks a simple, direct question, right to the copilot. What's changed in the payment gateway service recently? See that? No code, no complex queries. This is a total game changer. And boom, the copilot's response is instant. And honestly, amazing. It explains the alert's business impact, it suggests the right runbook to use, but here's the magic. It's already done the hard work. It found a correlated event. A new fraud detection model was deployed just 15 minutes ago. Just like that, you have your number one suspect. So with that clue, the SRE can now ask a really smart, targeted follow-up question. And notice, they're not writing some crazy SQL query. They're just having a conversation with the copilot, drilling down on the most likely problem. And there you have it, the aha moment. The copilot comes back with the confirmation backed by real data. The database query load shot up by 300% right after that deployment, and it perfectly matches the latency spike. Think about that. We went from a screaming alert to the root cause in just 2 simple questions. Minutes, not hours. So what this one incident really shows us is a fundamental shift in how we solve problems. We're moving away from that frantic, panicked searching and into a world of guided, focused investigation. And this isn't just about closing tickets faster. It's about changing the very nature of the SRE job from being a constant firefighter to being a more strategic, proactive engineer. And you can actually see the impact right here. It's clear as day. First, look at engineer toil. That's all the manual, repetitive, soul-crushing work. It goes way down. And because of that, mean time to resolution, or MTTR, which is a huge metric, it just plummets. So you're fixing problems faster, with way less burnout. That frees up your engineers to do the cool stuff, the innovative work that actually pushes the business forward. When you boil it all down, the most important takeaway is this massive shift in thinking. It's about moving from just reacting to a flood of alerts to actually understanding them instantly. It's the perfect blend of human intuition, our gut feelings, with machine speed data analysis. Which really leaves us with a pretty wild question to think about, doesn't it? As this tech gets better and better, it stops feeling like just a tool and starts feeling more like a real teammate, a collaborator. So when you're thinking about the future of your team, you got to ask yourself, could your next teammate actually be an AI?